Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Graciously Growing, and welcome to Vlogmas Day number 14. And today I want to share with you all of the plants that were on my wish list that I actually got this year that are still with us. So, the first one I want to share with you, I actually did a video on it a couple of days ago because I had to extend the moss pole. So if you watch that video, you know that that is my Syngonium frosted heart. So let me get her for you. Okay. So here she is. Oops. And so let me see if I can find, this is where my hand is right here. This is the first moss pole where it ends, and then all of this is the moss pole that I added. And as you can see, she is doing very, very well. And I wanted one of these since I saw Wild Fern. If you don't watch her, go to her channel. Her channel is great. And she had one, and I was like, oh my God, I want one of those. And I found one. And she is healthy and she is thriving. So that is the first wish list plant that I had for the year 2024 that I actually got. All right, let's put her back. Okay, you guys, I don't want her to fall. Okay, so she's so top heavy. I have to make sure that I put her back perfectly so that she doesn't top over. I do have her in a very heavy cover pot that kind of helps stabilize her as well. So my next plant that was on my wish list, I've had it before, I've killed it. I actually have two. I have one that's on a moss pole, and then I have one that's not on a moss pole. And let me show you the one that's not on the moss pole because it's much easier. And she actually has more variegation, and she's doing better than the one on the moss pole. And that is my Philodendron Pink Princess. I found this plant in the grocery store, you guys. Safeway again, and look at the price. $16.99. She's been with me for a while now. And her variegation is just everything. And as you can see, she's still growing. I do have her in Molly's, I think it's Molly's Aeroid Mix is the name of it. And she seems to like it. And so she's doing very, very well. I'm trying to give you a good view of her. And this leaf right here is just absolutely gorgeous. Look at the pink in that. Look how pink that is. It is beautiful. So yeah, she was on my wish list. Next, oh, am I going to be able to pick her up? This is another one that's on a moss pole. Let me see if I can get her. She's also doing very well. And she's a little heavy. This is my Philodendron Silver Sword. And she is growing. And as you can see, she is at the top. If you take out the cup that I used to water her, you can see that she's almost at the top of the moss pole. And I'm going to have to extend her. I love the silveriness of her leaves. And she's just doing quite well. She has, I'm looking to see if I can see any roots. Yeah, she is rooted. I see at least one root in the moss bowl. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. It's right here. Can you see that? That's a root going right there. Yeah, so she is doing well. She was on my wish list. I actually have another one. I have a baby one, And then this one, I separated it because it came into two. And so I have another one that is actually hanging out in my bedroom area. So yeah, that's my philodendron silver sword. Now this next one I want to show you that I was on my wish list was actually gifted to me, and she's huge, and she was gifted to me in this size, although she has a new leaf coming out, which means she's happy. And this particular plant is in leca. That's what started me on my leca journey, because my friend from church, and if you're watching this, I don't know if she watches my channel or not. Hi, Sally. She gave me this plant, and she had it in leca, and she told me how to take care of it. So let me get it. Look at this monster. This is my philodendron bilete, if I'm pronouncing that right. You guys, it's so humid in this plant room right now. And like I said, she came this big, but you see right here, new leaf. So I think that means she's happy. I don't want to turn her upside down, but you can see she's in leca. And the way that Sally told me to take care of her is once a week, I take her out of her cover pot. I rinse the leca all the way through so it'll be nice and moist. And then I put it back. And I do that every week. And she seems to be, she hasn't missed a beat. Look at this leaf. She is absolutely gorgeous. And she was on my wish list. I have a little one. I don't even know where it is right now. I have no idea where that plant is. But it's not doing well. But yeah, I want to try to keep her happy and healthy. So she was on my wish list. And I have to be careful that I put her back in a way that I don't damage that new leaf. All right. The next plant that was on my wish list is actually right here. I don't know if you can see it. We've been struggling a little bit because I got behind on watering, as I've been telling you in several videos, because I got sick. And so this is my Alocasia Jacqueline. And so her older leaves suffered a little bit. But look at this newest leaf, you guys. Look how perfect it is. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. And so she was on my list. I actually had another one. Did I have another one? I don't remember. I want to say I had another one that didn't make it, and this is my second one, I think. But yeah, she was on my wish list. I absolutely love how they get. I'm hoping that, and I have her in Molly's Aroid mix as well. That mix is pretty pricey, but I have to say, the plants that I have in that mix are doing quite well. So I may have to invest in some more of that mix. Now, you know I can't do a video about a wish list plant video about plants that I want and not include Aglaonema. I was hunting for this Aglaonema, and I don't even remember. Oh, South Carolina. I got this one from South Carolina, you guys. And that's my Aglaonema Ghost. When I saw this plant, I saw this plant on somebody's channel. Could it have been Janae Simone? It might have been her channel. I don't know, but I saw this Aglaonema on somebody's channel, and I wanted it ever since. And it was in Walmart in South Carolina, and I brought her back on the plane. She was not this big, but so she is absolutely happy here. And look, she has a new leaf coming in right here. And look at that. Look at the leaves. Oh my God. She's so beautiful. You know, my favorite Aglaonema, I always say, is my red emerald, but you guys, I might have to change that. I just love the leaves on the coloring on this Aglaonema. Absolutely gorgeous. So she's on my wish list. Not anymore because I have her. She's doing very well. And I'm trying to think. Do I have anything? Oh, I do. I have something else that was on my wish list, and she's kind of hard. Actually, two, now that I think about it. Let me see if I can get her out without tearing up everything in the cabinet. This is my Hoya Bella. I think. Variegated. Yeah, this is my Hoya Bella. And she was on my list too. And I still don't know what's going on with this. I don't know if this one is dying or is this just part of the variegation. So I'm just kind of watching it and I'm not gonna cut it off yet. But it does look totally different, look at that, than the rest of the plant. But she's doing well other than this weird looking stalk here. She's beautiful. And they had an inner variegated and an outer variegated one. And this looks like it's the outer variegated. I think this is the outer variegated because the variegation is on the edges. So I think this is the outer variegated. She's doing really, really well. And she was on my list as a wish list plant. And then this one is not really a lot to see. I don't even know if she's doing well. She's still rooted because when I pull on her, she's it's resistant. But this is a little baby Hoya Linares. Again, gifted by Sally. She told me they are very, very slow to grow. So I'm doing my best to keep her happy because they're like almost impossible to find in my area. So she was on my wish list as well. You guys, I believe, oops, trying to tear up stuff as usual. I believe that is it that I can think of, is that plants that I wanted to acquire. Other than, and I will put a clipping in of my Monstera Thai. You've already seen her once in Vlogmas, but she was definitely on my wish list. I have a really big one. I will put her on the screen. And then I have a smaller one right here, which I can just go ahead and show you. That she's doing okay. This leaf was, when I was not feeling well, this leaf was coming in. It wasn't getting watered, and so it's very wonky. But other than that, look at that. Look at that leaf. Look at this one. She's doing okay. So she, in Monastery Thai, you know, I think that's like maybe the first plant that was on my wish list. And I'm able to get her. I have the smaller one, and like I say, I have the bigger one that I'm showing you as well. Oh, this is kind of like a sad story, but I mean, it might make it. I always wanted a chameleon ZZ, and I got it, and it was big and beautiful, and it just continued to die. So I went out and I bought some succulent mix because I was thinking maybe I was overwatering it or something. And I put it in this real chunky mix, and it did stop dying because it was just rotting from the roots. And this is all I have left of the poor little plant. But it seems to be holding on. And I'm hoping I can grow it back out. But yeah, she was on my wish list as well. This particular plant was on my wish list, and it, again, the mother plant died, and this is a cutting, and I can't even think of the name of this plant. It's right on the tip of my tongue. I'll put it on the screen. I'll try to remember to put it on the screen. Oh my God, I think it's a philodendron. I can't think of it. But the mother plant died. I got a cutting, and it seems like it wants to come back. So I'm hoping I can get a full plant. Look at the variegation on this leaf though. It's beautiful. So yeah, you guys. I think that is it for all of the plant. Oh, there's that other philodendron militae. You know you have a lot of plants when you can't even figure out where you put one. See, this is my baby one. I got this as a cutting off of OfferUp, and it didn't do anything forever because it came with this one, and it's given me 2 new leaves. But look how tiny and juvenile they are. So I don't know, but I'm gonna keep it and keep working with it. But I'm thankful to have that big one. So if this one doesn't do anything, I at least have, you know, the bigger one. So yeah, I think that's it, you guys. Those are the plants that I've acquired this year that are still alive, that were on my wish list. I'm trying to think. Oh my God, I do have one more. I keep looking around and there's one more. This is my, why can't I remember the name of this? I'm doing horrible with names. Is this my Florida, is it the ghost? I think it's a philodendron, Florida ghost. It's supposed to, you know, have really good variegation, but it's reverted back to green. I think that's what this is, Florida ghost. I'll put the name on the screen as well. And it's growing, but it just doesn't, it's just green. It doesn't have the, you know, the coloring that I was hoping it would have. And each and every leaf just keeps coming in green, but I'm gonna keep it. But it was on my wish list, and I did purchase it this year. So I didn't want to leave it out. And I'm trying to think, you guys, did I have any plants that were on my wish list that died this year? I can't think of any. I'm pretty sure there was a plant that was on my wish list that I purchased and it didn't make it, but I can't think of it right now. So yeah. So you guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video showcasing all the plants that I've acquired over this year that were on my wish list. And I'm going to, for the beginning of next year, I'm going to do a video about what plants I want to acquire next year. And then at the end of the year, we'll see if I was able to get them, and more importantly, was I able to keep them alive. So until next time, you guys, like I always say, be blessed.